Here's 10 things to do in Wellen Park, Florida.
The first is Cool Today Park. In Wellen Park, it's the Atlanta Braves spring training facility, but it's not just there for spring training. Of course, going to a spring training game and, you know, all the different things they got going on and that sort of things, like actual baseball stuff, is one of the great things to do there.
But also there is a tiki bar where you can go and grab a few drinks or a bite to eat. And that is a great way to just, you know, go to the park and be in the park without necessarily watching a game. There's usually live music in the tiki bar and the jumbotron being on, and also sometimes they do have events in that parking lot area as well, like food truck events, things like that.
And they also do like movie events and stuff like that on the lawn too. So definitely a cool area for different activities and events in the area, and something different that you're not going to just get in any old smaller area, especially like Wellen Park. It's got a very suburban community feel. So to have that kind of in the middle of everything is definitely a different vibe. Usually that's something you expect to see in a bigger city, and so it's a nice mix to have that in pleasant Wellen Park. By the way, if you are looking to buy or sell a home in the Wellen Park, Venice, Sarasota, Northport, Inglewood areas,
make sure to call, text, or email our real estate team 941-221-1897. We'd love to help you out. Number 2 is restaurants. There are a few restaurants in Wellen Park. Our favorite one is Oak and Stone, where they have like a beer wall where you can go and they'll give you a card and then you can grab different types of beers. They do also have like different cocktails, wine, things like that. And the food and pizza there is great.
And also the beer you could actually pay for by the ounce. So you can pick, they have like on the wall, you can grab a for the flight glasses, the smaller glasses or a big glass. And there's also a few ciders and seltzers on tap as well to pick from. So that's kind of a cool thing. And then also I would say for me, in the running for one of my favorite places, I think we've only been there one or twice, would be Irma's Tacos. I really like them as well. But there's also some other good ones to pick from, such as Banyan House. You've got Villani & Co. You've got Aquapazzo. We haven't been to that yet. That's like coastal Italian, I believe is what they're calling it.
In the Banyan House is a great location, especially if you get lucky enough to be seated on the side where the lake is, and during sunset, it's beautiful and lots of pastel colors. Totally recommend doing that.
And also one other that we never think of, two actually, Boca Lupo Pizza. Fantastic pizza, really, really good pizza. That's over by the Publix, just like Irma's Tacos. And then the other one that's over there is, what is it called? A Florida Tap House or Brew House? I can't remember. It was something else before that, but they changed names, but it's the same place still basically as far as the menu goes. They got some excellent beer cheese. If you're looking for some good beer cheese in the area, definitely check that out. And there's one other place that we'll talk about later in the video that's got some really good beer cheese as well.
Another thing to do in Wellen Park is to walk or bike the trails. The trails in Wellen Park are amazing. There is a huge lake in the middle and you can walk or bike all around the lake. And also there are some other shorter trails that kind of like spider web from the main trail, which is going around the lake. But that is a great thing to do, especially during sunset, and you can feel the breeze and look at all the beautiful colors.
Yeah, really, really cool because you can get so many different vibes. You can kind of get that city-ish vibe from the starting point of it in the downtown, and then you can walk through to some more naturey parts, and then some of them kind of get closer to some of the community, so you got a little bit of a suburban feel nearby. It's just really cool to get all those different vibes, and it's just really well thought and planned out because when you go around the trail, it feels like a little bit more of an adventure because of the different types of scenery and landscapes that you can see throughout. Definitely recommend it.
Speaking of the lake, you can kayak or paddleboard on the lake. This is a pretty big lake actually for being in the middle of all those communities. And it is a great area to just go and hang out and kayak. There is a kayak rental on site, so if you don't have a kayak, you can go and rent one. There's also bicycles, and I believe they have scooters now.
Yeah, there's a couple different options as far as that goes. So definitely recommend checking that out to get yourself a rental if you don't want to bring your own or don't have your own. There you go. That's a great activity. Just go there with nothing except for maybe a little bit of cash, and you can go have a little adventure for the day.
Number 5 is fishing. You can fish on the lake. It's more of a catch and release, but it is also, a great thing to do if you're into fishing.
The number 6 thing to do in downtown Wellen Park is the different entertainment things that they have. A lot of these are kind of like little short-term events that they have. So there's live music that they'll have at Solis Hall. A lot of times they'll have live music under the big oak tree that's by the lake. They'll also have the shipping container restaurants open from time to time, which is where you can get some of the other great beer cheese in the area, that being at Pop Dogs. Love that. They have like pretzel bun hot dogs, and the beer cheese is great. And then also they'll have like different like cornhole tournaments and things like that. They'll have cars and caffeine or cars and coffee, I forget, coffee, and all kinds of different events going throughout the year. And there's always signs there to kind of give you an idea of what's going to be coming to the area.
Number 7 is going to the farmers market or the night market, which this is something new that Wellen Park is doing now, where they'll have a farmers market at night. And it is pretty cool because the sun is setting, so it's not as hot during summer. And it is nice to just walk around and be able to shop at the farmers market.
Yeah, it just gives you a little bit different of a vibe and feel to the whole experience. It's pretty cool for that. And then there are also something to note is like, so a lot of the same vendors that you're going to see at the downtown Venice farmers market will be there, but there also are some ones that are different. Some of them from like Northport area will come in there as well. So you get a nice little mix of different ones. If maybe you live in Venice or Northport and you want a different feel for some different vendors and some different options, definitely recommend checking it out.
Another fun thing to do in Wellen Park, if you have little ones, is going to the playground and the splash pad. The splash pad, it's not always on, but most of the time when it's on, we've seen a lot of kids, like little kids, having fun just walking around and getting in the water and getting wet. But the playground is also another thing that is fun to do. And also we have seen a lot of kids playing like football, just throwing a football around on the Great Lawn, which is a huge open space where sometimes they'll have some of the live music there and people will just put their chairs out there. But when there is none of that going on, kids enjoy just throwing a football around.
Yeah, or see some soccer we've even seen. And gotta say the playground too is pretty unique. It's a little bit different feel and vibe, and some of the little activities they have in there. Like they have these little posts that you can hit with a mallet to kind of make music, and there's like these little rolling hills with AstroTurf over all of it. So it's a little different that way. And I think there's like a little, it's like rope,
like a climbing,
jungle gym climbing type thing. So definitely different than your typical playground that you're going to see at any old park. So if they want a different kind of playground experience, I think they would enjoy the change of pace.
Another fun thing to do in Wellen Park is go shopping. There are only a few stores open right now, but Wellen Park is working on phase 2 of its downtown, so we are hoping that more shopping will come. And right now they have a jewelry store, Naples Soap and Company is there, as well as
Breakwater Home Fashions.
Yes.
And also, not in the downtown, but one other thing to consider if you want a nice, awesome grocery store experience, and clothes, I guess, for that matter, Costco, brand new Costco. We are Sam's Club people, but our parents have a Costco membership, and they brought us there recently, and we're like, ooh, maybe we need to switch to the dark side, or maybe maybe the good side, I guess, depending on your perspective. But yeah, having something so close for people in the area, I think is awesome. So that's a great addition, absolutely.
And along Tamiami Trail, which is where Costco is, we are going to start seeing a lot more shopping as well. Tamiami Trail from like Sarasota down to Port Charlotte, Northport area, a lot of once you get to those cities, you start seeing along the highway, basically all the stores are there. That's kind of like a little downtown or like a shopping center area that we are excited for once Wellen Park gets to that point as well.
And also in the actual downtown itself, we're in phase 2 right now, so there will be some more shopping and restaurants, things like that along those lines coming as well too. So that's another thing you can add to your list of things to do, is just keep coming back to downtown Wellen Park to see what else is new in the area.
Another great thing to do in Wellen Park is to catch a sunset over the water. The sunset here, it's beautiful. Sunsets in Florida in general are going to be very
cotton candy-ish.
Yeah, like pastel colors, like you get pinks and the light blues and even some shades of orange in your sunsets, and it's beautiful when you can see it over the water as well. So catching a sunset in downtown Wellen Park by the water, it's a great thing to do.
So again, if you are looking to buy or sell a home in the Wellen Park, Sarasota, Northport, Inglewood, Venice areas, make sure to call, text, or email our team, 941-221-1897. We helped a lot of people move the area, and we'd love to help you too.
If you want to know more about what it's like to live in Wellen Park, check out this video right here. Make sure to like this video and
live breezy.